Hey, 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 yeah, hey, what a time to be alive. I left them for dead, now I'm living right. No new friends, no new advice. That was high then, but we got bigger heights. We got bigger fish to fry. Bet on myself, then I roll the dice. Man, it ain't a gamble if you know you nice.
All right, welcome back to Donald Dream Podcast. I am your host, Ara Amez, the #1 podcast in Dallas, and we got two very, very special guests in the building.
Yo,
Alex Rincon and Psyche. How y'all doing, man?
I'm good.
Chilling, bro. Good.
Been super busy with everything going on, like for the show, and then also just outside of the show, just trying to keep up with the content and everything we got going on. It's a lot, so just blessed to be here.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like you said, we're here for obviously promote the show we have coming up February 1st at the NAC Theater in Frisco. Of course, Donald and Dream Podcast is going to be a part of the show. It's going to be something that's special that, of course, Psyche's been partnering up with me as far as making this happen together and kind of taking more weight off my shoulders as far as a lot of shows that I've had before in the past and being a headliner artist, kind of making things also come to life, but this time providing more of an experience. You know, having a 360 camera, having a bartender. It's a show for all ages. And this time actually having a show where there's different types of people in a lane as far as their artistry goes. You got someone who does more like house music. What does he actually mainly do?
He makes more like turn up music for sure.
Like
So
more
he'll
like,
get
I
the
guess more
crowd
like
going.
a poppy type of vibe.
Yeah,
More
yeah,
poppy
yeah.
vibe. Then you got the hippie chamber does more on some like rap stuff, but he has his own very distinct sound.
Yeah.
You got Psyche on alternative rap, and I do like rap and R&B, so it's like more of a up-tempo rap R&B. But you know, all of that with the podcast being there, interviewing artists, with the production, the live band is going to be something that's going to just be special, bro. And then no one else in the city is doing what we're doing, like how we're doing it.
Facts.
Bro,
It's gonna be
I'm
awesome,
so
bro.
excited for this show.
Yeah.
Like, I really think about this like once a day, more than once a day, because both of y'all's music is on like my in rotation.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
That's
it's
love.
like, bro, every time I hear it, I'm like,
Yeah.
because you know, bro. And then your song "Dedicated," man, so good.
I know you love it as soon as I heard Dollar and a Dream.
Oh, yeah.
And it didn't click to me at first, and then when we went to go check out the venue, I was like, oh, bro, fucking forgot like that. It's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's perfect. I knew you would love it. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's so good.
Yeah.
One of my
it's
favorite.
awesome how it aligns though too.
Dude, that's the beauty of like kind of like how everything just kind of went together. It was like that song came out, you had the show and had this idea and like that vision of you wanted to do something different as far as like a show, and you were like, hey, let's do an experience, and then it all just comes together, man. It's so cool to see like our ideas align and come to life, man. So super, super excited. My favorite bar on the song is Black Sheep turn into the goat.
Oh yeah, hell
that's
yeah,
hard,
yeah.
that's hard
The
as
black
well.
sheep just turned into the goat.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
But what are y'all most excited for going into this show, man?
Bro, honestly, as we're getting closer, like, I'm getting more and more excited. Like, just seeing all the work that me and Alex have been putting in, like, behind the scenes. Because one thing that I think a lot of people don't know, which is going to be cool to kind of put this out there, is, like, me and Alex are doing, like, everything ourselves on the back end. I mean, obviously, you know, you've been putting a part into it, too. But
Y'all are doing majority of the work, though.
But as far as the groundwork goes, like we have our partners and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, that are putting into it. Like we have people that are as far as like on his end, because he's at the end of the day, he's still his own guy and I'm my own guy, right? We're our own artists. So I have two people on my back end that are kind of helping me out. He has as far as his band coming together and then but on top of that, me and those people behind us, and then me and him coming together.
gonna
You
be
know what I'm saying?
crazy.
So that's why like that extra groundwork, like you said, no one's seeing like us going around and talking to these like local businesses near the venue. Shout out to Vape Cave, their vape shop in Frisco that's right down the street from the venue. They're just like fully on board. Shout out to is it Bunny, right? Bunny?
yeah,
It's
Bunny.
like this
shout
girl
out to
that works
her,
there, she's
yeah.
like been full on board with putting on the flyers and just passing things out and working on a way where the consumers there get a deal, and then they, you know what I'm saying, the people buy a ticket from there, they get a deal. And yeah, no, like we just been putting like the groundwork, both going in like as far as like what we need for the show, the ideas, us kind of saying, hey bro, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And then also communicating on what, not just what's important to us, but for the consumer.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Make, like you said, it being an experience, because a lot of times people go to a show and it's, cause I've had headline, I've like 4 shows. This is my 5th one, but maybe like two of them haven't been me booking it. But 3 of them have, like, as far as me having my own show. But a lot of times as they show up and they're like, all right, you know, one person goes next to the stage, boom, next person to the stage, and it's kind of repetitive. And I think of it as a consumer, like I'm just showing up to every show, just having drinks and then just watching performances, which is cool if you're really into the music, right? But eventually something needs a curveball in everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So something to switch it up for the people. So now we have, like I said, you know, we have 2 tickets being raffled to the Mavs versus Pelicans games, which is really good. They're good seats. They're like probably some rows up away from the away bench. So they're good seats. We're raffling that. A care package with the Vape Cave. We have 360 camera. We'll have you interviewing artists after they perform. And yeah, bro, it's just going to be just a freaking dope event.
And one thing that's cool, bro, like that I want to put out there is like a lot of people won't see like what's happening on the back end, but like me and Alex have like literally went out to local businesses, talked to the owners, like, hey, this is a show that we're throwing. We're trying to see if y'all would be interested in potentially, you know, putting our flyers up and then seeing if y'all want to be a part of it as far as like raffling off gift cards to local businesses. So like trying to team up in that way. A lot of people don't see that side, but like we really have been doing a lot of groundwork to make this show a success and really not just being artists, bro, but just being hustlers, bro, going out there and really making this vision come to life. Like, so I just think it's really cool how it goes deeper than music. It's like, bro, we're trying to be successful in life. So it's like we're going out, meeting these business owners, making deals with them. So for me, I just really think that's cool that we're doing that on our end, because I don't think a lot of artists are doing that. And I think I'm really proud of all of us, bro, because, you know, we're putting in that hustle, we're putting in that work, and we're making our dreams come to life.
Yeah, bro, y'all are. It's not just y'all aren't just artists, man. Y'all are business owners, and y'all are business
entrepreneurs.
Like, entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Really.
Facts.
We're
Literally
trying to make a vision come to life, and I think whenever people start to have that entrepreneur like journey, it's like, oh shit, this is kind of a lonely road.
Yeah.
And it's tough, but you have to like go get out of your comfort zone at times, and whether that means like content in front of people, which you know, or if you're shy putting yourself out of comfort zones, going to like these events that sometimes we probably wouldn't go to. We're tired, we had a long day. I'm like, fuck, bro, hey, we're going here to network, bro. So we gotta bring our energy up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like we went to open mic, I had to perform at, and like we made some connections. We made some people, passed around some flyers, you know. So it was like, okay, cool. Like going out there, just doing what we got to do to just continue to push the show. And that's, like you said, it's things that artists are either not doing or just aren't willing to do, you know.
Yeah.
And that goes into whatever it is that other people are doing. Like whenever you're the person doing the extra work that people aren't willing to do, that's when you're gonna get ahead.
Yeah, it's just like putting yourself outside your comfort zone to make what you see in your mind come true. And like he, you know, highlight on what he said, you know, there's days where you're tired, but it's like, bro, I gotta make this come true. Like I gotta make this vision in my head. I gotta make it a reality. So,
bro, that's the thing. It's like, it's not like we don't have shit to do. We got jobs. We got places we gotta be, and then it's like after that long day, we still gotta go and put that work in to make our dreams come true. Yeah. And it's like if we don't, then we're just gonna be stuck. And it's like you sent that text the other day, and it's like, man, I wish I was just normal with no dreams. But it's like, no, I just can't, bro. Like, and that goes back to $1 and a dream, bro. Like we have no choice but to do it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know, I just love seeing what y'all are doing, man. With like, you know, being tired, going out, networking, going into the businesses, going and doing open mics, and y'all just went and did a show in y'all did a couple shows.
We did a show in Missouri.
Oh yeah.
That was cool. It was cool because it was just like a whole different setting, and it was all like, it was just okay. Think about like a Stranger Things town, bro. Just fucking dead.
Oh, like a small town?
And just a lot of shit just happened. But it was just fun, bro. Like it was just a whole, yeah. But it was good, bro.
Tell us some stuff about how, because I don't think we've really talked about it like that.
I mean, it's because we went to the mall, and like it was just a whole, when we saw the mall, it was just a time, like we were just like, bro, it felt like we're in a fucking time machine. Like we went back in time. Like things were just so off the wall, bro. Where we went to go eat, that chick that was our server, like things were just, bro, I felt odd,
interesting, bro. Nah, but like one thing I will say, bro, is like just the like really, bro, the dopest thing, like why, like, bro, okay, so doing music is cool and all, bro, and like performing is cool, but I will say nothing is better than just experiencing life like with your brothers.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like honestly, I don't even, like, the show in Missouri, for me, I didn't really care about the show too much. And I don't want to say that in a way, like, that I don't appreciate the opportunity. But, bro, it was like being there with Alex, you know, us joking, us being dumb in the car, us walking through the mall, like just having a good time, bro. Like for me, what makes the shows like so awesome and like what made going out of town, because we drove, what made it so cool is like, bro, you're with someone that you love and you care about, and you get to make memories and you get to have fun, bro. So that's why I was like cracking up just now, because I just thought about everything we did out there.
Nah, bro, because like I told him, like we were talking about leading up to the show, I was excited at first, like, oh yeah, we're gonna go, and then like as time started coming by, I was just kind of like, all right, cool, just it was like another day in the office type of thing, like being on stage and performing. And I say this humbly, bro. I just knew I know I was gonna kill it. Like I knew I was gonna kill it. Like as far as performance wise, so it wasn't necessarily that, bro. But I wasn't like, it's not that I wasn't excited, but I was just kind of like, I already know. Okay, I know I'm gonna do good because I had the confidence in myself, right? But then it was like leading up to the days, I didn't feel that like the jittery excitement yet. And then like it was literally that morning whenever we had got up, and then Jay had stayed the night too. So whenever we ended up getting up, like. We dipped out, and I told him like, bro, I had like the biggest smile on my face whenever we were leaving, like going to the car, putting our things up, and I was like, bro, like this is what it's all about, bro. Like we're getting up, everyone's knocked out of sleep, we're getting up, we're packing our bags to go perform in another state, bro. Like,
we had to go on like 2 or 3 hours of sleep the night before. We had to wake up at 4 and start.
Y'all
driving.
had a little bit more sleep, just a little bit more sleep than me, but we still like we stayed up late. Boom, we slept a few hours, got up. We fucking took off. We're at the gas station like 5 a.m. Shit, we're at the gas station at 4:45 a.m. Getting some coffee real quick, wake up, and then we just took off, bro. And like it was just like the fact that we had to get up, or not that we had to get up, the fact that we had the opportunity to get up and pack our bags and go, hey, bro, we're about to go perform in another state.
Bro, it was.
It's like awesome. When you're like so excited, it's like the night before you go like on a field trip.
Oh my god!
You know what I'm talking about?
And then, like he said, just throwing the stuff in the car, bro, and like you're just like, all right, type in the address in.
And, all right, bro,
7 hours, let's go, bro.
But it's just going to do something that we love to do. Is like, who else can say, like, dog, like, oh yeah, what are you doing, man? I gotta get up in the morning. But it's not a way dreadful for us. Like other people have to get up and do things. Like for us, it was we have the opportunity and the blessing to get up to go perform in a whole other state, and whether it's 5 people in a room to 35 to 100 people in a room, like. Yeah. Those going out there to sharing our music that we took time and put our money into to create, to play in front of other people, and then what feels even better is whenever they grasp onto it and they're like, bro, that shit was hard. Whenever people become a fan of you, you know, in both ways you can win. It's either one, they become a fan of you, or they become a fan of music. But the best way to win is both. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. So it was an amazing. I had a good time with him. Like it was dope.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I love traveling with the homies.
And
just creating memories.
What is it like for most artists? Because you're saying how it's lonely, and like last couple, you know, most artists have like this lonely road. Explain how it's like. Maybe break down what it means. Like, you know, you said how it means a lot to you to be with your brother. What is that? Is normal artists they're all by themselves? Like, expand on that.
I think it's not necessarily like just music. I think it's just like. Because at the end of the day, like what it is, because of the level that we're trying to take our music careers, it's not just, oh, we make music. It's like, no, we're literal entrepreneurs, bro. Like, think about it. We're meeting with venues. We're meeting with business owners. Like, we're trying to lock in deals. And so I don't necessarily, for me, see it as just a music journey. I see it as like, bro, we're business owners. Like, we are our brand. This is our business. So I think there's like, for me, I think there's like a lot of like, well, I think it's like lonely in entrepreneurship, and it's not even necessarily like lonely, but I just think it's like the times like people are partying, or the times that people can just sit back and watch a Netflix show and just vibe out. Like we can't necessarily do that at all times because like we got to be in the studio. For me, if I'm not in the studio, I got to be editing vlogs. Like there's just. Or if I'm not doing that, I got to, like, design my clothing since I do my own graphic design. So it's, like, it's just, like, how we use our time isn't how a normal, like, consumer that doesn't necessarily have a dream. Not that that's a bad thing at all, but, like, someone that doesn't necessarily have, like, this thing that they're chasing. It's just a little bit of a different lifestyle because we're constantly working. Even past the times that we clock out at our normal jobs, we're just always working. So I think that's why it's like quote unquote lonely, because you're always putting the time into things that are geared towards your dreams as opposed to just being able to kick back and just doing like consumer stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Not to go against what he's saying, like 100% agree with him, but I guess like I would take away there, like I wouldn't put air quotes up only because it is lonely in a sense of like, bro, you gotta think about like when we're putting in that work, like we're by ourselves most of the time. When you're vlogging, you're by yourself.
Oh yeah.
You know, like those type of things, right? If you really think about it, it's that, right? You have that. Well, I like to write my music in the car, bro. I don't like to be with anyone. I don't like to be around anyone when I write music. Like everyone has their own process. Like I'm writing music in the car. Sometimes I'll go the long way. I'll drive a little bit longer. You know, when it comes to these ideas, like it feels lonely because you're really the only one putting in that work towards what you want. And not saying that, not to like put the people who do support us to the side, but as far as in those creative process moments, like it is just you. You're the one no one's gonna be as excited about it as you are. No one's gonna be as like passionate about it as you are because it's your vision. It's what you want to make happen. It's what you want to create. And like those moments, like being in the studio, those car drives to the studio, those car drives back. Like, yeah, lonely might not just be one, but it's lonely. It's like it might not be a lot of people. When it was in Missouri, it was just us. You know what I'm saying? Going down that way and back, or in the studio whenever we're recording something, it's just me and the engineer, and it's just me. These moments of I'm trying to create these ideas, or I'm on the treadmill by myself and I'm thinking of different things, and I'm like, man, this is a lonely fucking road. You know what I'm saying? And I think being even vulnerable, like depending on what kind of music you make, or putting yourself in vulnerable situations, like doing a music video. Like when we probably first started doing music, people were probably just trying to crack jokes, or like remember when Jay brought up that dude commenting talking shit. Like it's kind of like, all right, bro, like you talking shit, but it does put us in a way of some people don't give a fuck. Like sometimes I'll think about, damn, in a way I kind of do things and I just kind of don't necessarily think about the big picture. I just do because I know I want to. So that's why I don't care to think about that other shit. But the lonely part about it is, yeah, you are putting yourself out there. So once you put a video on YouTube, you got the whole world ready to fucking come and knock your head down if they don't think it's right or they don't. So you are the only guy up there. You are putting your music and your name out there. So it is lonely. Because you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of that. And I think that's what makes it lonely, because you're putting yourself out there. So now you're the bullseye and everyone's just trying to come and hit you, whether it's good or bad energy. You know?
That's an interesting point. It's like one thing I remember is I've been posting podcasts on YouTube. One of the comments was like, this is literally the worst podcast I've ever heard in my life. And I just screenshotted it. I posted on my Instagram story, and I thought it was hilarious. Like, and I was like, I love when people leave cute comments on my content, but it was just like,
I mean, hey, at least he left a comment.
That's how I tell
you.
people.
He put you more into an algorithm.
I just say like, oh, like, either appreciate you for, you know, thanks for putting into the algorithm. One, like, thanks for the view, bro. Thanks for the stream.
Real,
Thanks for the comment. Like, you're the one that took energy out of your day to hate. Like, go ahead, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny,
bro. I have an Instagram reel that hit 500,000, and it has like 1,000 something comments, but like 500 of those comments are just, maybe like the majority of those comments are just talking shit. And at first I was like, damn, like I felt a way about it. But then I grew 1,200 followers from that reel, and I was like, wait, hold up, like they're pushing me more into the algorithm. So I was commenting back, nah, like I appreciate you, or like maybe coming back was like another backhanded compliment too, or whatever. But nah, bro, that shit that pushes you out there. Like sometimes you need that hate, cause it shit.
Nah, for real. One, like it fuels you, or like you said, right? It's just given to the algorithm. Like y'all are doing what y'all don't. If y'all really hate this video, y'all doing worse by comment.
But like, but we appreciate you.
What are some of your goals, Psyche? I know we talked about it on the phone at one point, but you had some goals in regards to like 2025 about putting content out there and making music.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, you know a little bit about me. I want to be a businessman. Like, music is something that's a passion of mine, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know why, but entrepreneurship it excites me. I like it. It like gives me it's like a thrill I chase. So I noticed that the characteristic that I want to develop is being more of a leader in life. And so I have to look at a leader and say, okay, well, what does the leader do, and what are his habits, what are his daily actions? So for me, one thing I realized that I lack in the past has been like consistency. So this year I set a goal for myself that I said I'm going to drop one vlog every single week. So by the end of the year, I'll have 52 vlogs out. Every single Monday at 7:30 p.m. a vlog drops, and I will drop one song a month. So at the end of the year, I'll have 52 vlogs and 12 songs. And for me, it isn't, I don't want to say I don't care about the numbers, because obviously I do. I want to scale it. But for me, it's just, can I develop this characteristic of being consistent? Because if I can do this for a whole year, then that'll just develop into my character. It's who I am. It's part of me. So no matter what I do, it'll just kind of like translate into everything else that I do in life. So for me, it was just more so like I want to build a successful habit. So that was like my goal by the end of the year.
I love it, man. I love the consistency. What about you, Alex? What are some I know I've shared some of my goals with you, but I want to hear about yours.
Really, bro, my goal is just continue to grow. I have like small, like, or I don't say small, but certain things in my mind set for the year, and it's, you know, come out with X amount of music videos. I want to for sure come out with at least 3 music videos this year. Focus more on content, on social media content, because I have a lot of videos out, but I need more content.
Yeah.
And really just try to find my true targeted audience, because I think that's the plus and the negative of me being kind of like very versatile with my music. That's okay to be versatile with it, right? Like having that diversity within your own one artist, right? Like I think it's good to have, oh, you want some R&B, bet I got you. You want some rap, I got you. You want some deeper rap shit, okay, cool. You want some bars, I got you. Like, don't go nowhere, I'm here. You got everything you need right here. But then also I can see how someone's like, oh, well, I only want his rap stuff, or oh, I only want the R&B stuff. So I can see how it goes both ways. So just trying to find where that pocket is, you know what I'm saying? And then as far as my health goes, just stay on my health. I'm always trying to stay in shape and just keep my body healthy. And I know that's going to lead to keeping my mind healthy. So there's that. Be more intentional with being around my nephew. And then just really with this music shit, bro, is like grow, but bring others with me at the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like grow. And if there's ever an opportunity I can bless somebody with, is like, even if someone I don't even fucking know, but I feel like they deserve the opportunity, like, do that, you know? Like, for example, like Hippie's on this show again from my last show because he sold a good amount of tickets. And so, like, all right, bro, you earned an opportunity to perform again and make money, you know? So kind of blessing others as well. So, of course, you know, push myself and grind it out. Because I don't necessarily have to worry about myself as far as, like, putting out music, because I'm going to put my shit out. And when my shit's out, it's going to be fire. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to worry about, I think, the level, because I know, knowing myself, I'm going to grow. That's not something like new for me to try. You know what I'm saying? But I think these other things is being a little more intentional behind this, or being more intentional behind social media posts, and not just posting 2 posts, but having more intentional content.
What do you mean by more intentional content? Because, like, I mean, that's so funny. That's so funny you say that, because right now I'm doing at least 2 posts a day, and I have it on my calendar at noon and at 4. I might not hit it exactly at noon and exactly at 4, but like those are I have reminders on my phone to say, okay, drop a video, go get like a podcast clip, and like put something out there. Yeah. So how do you be more intentional with content?
I think, you know, being aware of like what time you post, whenever your audience interacts more, and then having quality content, right? Not just posting 2 posts, but having something to post that, like, okay, it's gonna be good. Because sometimes I get caught up in like, all right, because that's the thing about an independent artist, like putting out good content, so you grasp people's attention, come across the algorithm, and having something that's gonna, you know, catch them, or something's gonna be really good that can have them stick around. But oh shit, I can't wait for them to post again, or, you know, saying things like that. So, because I could post like, okay, November dump, December dump, and those things, people like the dump, you know, those type of things. But something that makes me stand out, something that's like, oh shit, this is different. Like my live band rehearsal post. Yeah. People were like liking that a lot. Like, oh shit, that's different. I haven't done that before. I've never had a live band performance, so like that's different. And then content for like I Got It, like that type of content was different. Just constantly just be more intentional and have something that's quality. Like instead of posting something that's rushed, you know, like what is my goal behind this post? What am I trying to do with this post? And then, you know what I'm saying, go off of that.
You really sit there and think, what is my goal off of this post before? Interesting.
Yeah, like my goal off of this post is like, okay, put a certain part of the song out. Why? Because I want this song to continue to get the streams up, you know? Or, okay, this song I need to post this because it's going to push the show. You know, like when we did that Vape Cave, I was like, oh, we got to post this today because it's Monday or whatever day it was. You know, it's at this time, got to post it at this time, and give us time to promote the show, give it like, you know, have things almost in order. And I mean, we're going to mess it sometimes. It's trial and error, but, you know, I think we're just being intentional behind it.
What are the best times to post? You said that timing is important.
For me, everyone's different. I've noticed that at 11 a.m., it's usually a pretty good time. And then I think 7 or 8 p.m. for me.
That's interesting. I have mine timers set for 11:30 and 4. Because in my mind, I'm like 11:30, everyone's about to go to lunch. They're pulling their phone out. Yeah. 4 is like, hey, you're almost at the end of the workday. I know you're gonna be on your phone. Yeah. Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays are always a good day to drop because those are kind of like people's mentally slow days.
feel like a Tuesday is a good day. Like
Yeah.
Tuesday around like 8 p.m. Because like, what is anyone doing on Tuesday on the 8 p.m. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly. So finding those, I think those pockets, right? Like weekends, I feel like for me are like the toughest days to post because people are doing things.
Exactly.
But you also have the people that aren't doing things that are at home. So it's like
Yeah.
That's the
but you
funny
have to
thing.
figure out your audience, like what
That's true,
your
yeah.
audience. Like my audience might be more like night owls, and I've noticed that like 8 p.m. posts usually work pretty good for me. At night everyone's on their phone because I have a lot of people like I know on the East Coast, so I let them know like okay, at 8 p.m. like 9 p.m. over there, that's a good time for them. 8 p.m. here, people should be out of the gym, already should be home, or you know what I'm saying, things like that, off work.
That's a good point because you mentioned like you want to better understand your target audience, and it's like us as entrepreneurs, we're like always on the go. So like weekends, we're not slowing down, we're actually speeding up. But there's a target audience where like weekends they slow down.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So that's super interesting. Like,
Saturdays, I'm able to get all my vlogs edited. I'm able to do stuff like this. Like, so it's just constantly pushing toward the vision when we have that free time.
Bro, we tried. I mean, like we tried so many times and hours to schedule this, but our like calendars were like it's so hard to align with.
Everywhere.
So, one thing I want to kind of go deeper on is I haven't really got to hear your story, Psyche. I would love to. Yeah. What would you want to share with us in regards to your story, your background, and how you got to in the music industry? Because I know you were out in LA for a bit.
Yeah. So my story is pretty long, I would say, because I've been through a lot. But I think just to kind of concise it, I think I would start maybe in like whenever I was 16. I think a catalyst to why I do what I'm doing now is I started getting like kicked out of my house. So I got kicked out by my stepdad, and then I didn't really have anywhere to go. So I started sleeping on homies like couches, floors, whatever. And so just moving around a lot. So I was very inconsistent with where I was living. So it kind of forced me to drop out of high school. So I dropped out of high school and was living throughout Dallas, all over Dallas. And so I became really depressed. And so while I was kind of like in that era, I had discovered like Kid Cudi and Kendrick Lamar. I didn't really listen to rap growing up, so they were like my introduction to rap. And I was like, oh, these people are talking about something that I'm going through. Kid Cudi was like the first person because it wasn't like trap rap, so I could kind of I could like relate to the sounds and the topic he was talking about. I was like, oh, mental health. Like I'm going through this, and I haven't heard rap like this before. So I started listening like rap like that. That's how I got into it. And then I just started writing how I felt in like my notes app on the phone. And a part of me wanted to start music, but like it was just like it wasn't like a thing. It was just like, oh, like I'll probably do it. But I was too insecure to rap, freestyle.
How old are you at this point?
I was 16.
16.
Whenever I started writing them, yeah. And then at 17, I wanted to be like a producer. So I got a loan to buy a laptop at Best Buy, and so I bought the MacBook, had it for like a week, couldn't figure out the production on it, so then I just returned it. I returned the MacBook back to Best Buy because I had to pay rent, and I couldn't afford my rent, so I just returned the laptop and then used that money to pay my rent. And then so I was like, well, it's just not for me. So then about a year later, I turned 17, almost turning 18. My mom gave me like this little cheap Dell laptop that was like $50. My homie gave me a little USB mic. And I was working landscaping at the time, so I was just like, dude, I can't keep doing this shit. I'm a fucking loser. Like I dropped out of high school 8 times.
8 times?
Yeah, so I was in and out of school. So I would go back in, and then I'd have to go back.
Like shit would happen.
Out, and then I'd move to a new like part of the city, and then I would go into school and out. And I was in alternative school for a while, trying to catch back up, but I eventually just ended up dropping out for the 8th time. And then so I was working landscaping. I was 17 years old, and I was like, bro, I need to change my fucking life. Like, I hate this shit. I hate this position. I'm depressed. I hate this job. I have no, like, real education. And I'm going to work at 6 a.m. You got to wake up at 6 a.m. because it's landscaping, and you're done, like, around 6 p.m. And then I get home, and I'm just playing Fortnite, and I'm just fucking, like, tired of this. So I asked my mom for that cheap little laptop, my homie with the USB mic, cleared out my closet, and then I just threw my setup in there, started freestyling every day, forced myself to write, and it was really frustrating because it didn't come naturally for me. Like, putting words together was really, really hard, And then I was like, I'm going all in. I'm doing this. So then I sold the PS4, sold the TV every day after work. Just grind, learn how to mix. And then 6 months in, I was like, I'm not dropping any more music till I produce my own music. So then I became my own producer. And then now here we are, like almost 6 years later. And I've just, like whenever I first started, super depressed, antisocial. But because I had this dream, I knew I had to change who I was in order to achieve this thing. So I was like, I got to start meeting people. I got to start breaking out of my shell to achieve this thing. Because
That's powerful, bro.
It's like, I kind of say this, bro, and this is kind of going to go off topic, but not really. I always ask people this, like, do you think if you're doing what you're doing right now in 5 years, like, let's say you want a Lamborghini and you have 5 years to get it. If you're doing what you're doing now, like, you keep doing it in 5 years, do you think you'd be able to afford it realistically? And a lot of people, they'll say no. Okay, well, so now your brain starts to figure out new ways to achieve that. It's like if you have to do it, okay, well, now I need to go find rich people. Okay, well, where are rich people at? Okay, now I need to go hang out outside of that location and have a conversation. Now your brain starts to find solutions to get to this thing. And so for me, that's kind of like what happened with the music. So now I'm like the most outgoing person I know. I have a lot of network that I built up. I took a risk of moving to LA with $380, was homeless in the back of my car for the first month. But it's just like taking those risks. If you really want something, like, you have to be willing to take the risk and you have to just go all in, because that's the only way. And so for me, like, it just really stemmed from me just going through a lot and feeling worthless, feeling purposeless. And it was like, no, I'm gonna grab control of my life. And it's been a lot of battles throughout the way and a lot of bad habits I've had to break and I'm still in the process of. But I think it's just like, if you have that thing that you really want, like, you're gonna have to change for it. So
What you said, something super powerful that like resonated with me, was that people, they have a dream but they're not willing to change.
Yeah.
And you kind of made a decision. You said, I'm gonna change. I want to get your take on this, Alex. Like, because I mean, you've been training Psyche and I. Yeah. What is like your take on like people wanting to achieve something but they're not willing to change themselves? Because I'm sure you've went through that as well, because, you know, being an athlete, going through so many different dreams that you've chased and gotten. Yeah. And it's like, okay, you probably, when you first started fighting, you probably weren't that same man you were when you started knocking people out. Yeah. So how did you go through that?
I mean, it goes to show the difference between where my success was whenever I was actually putting effort into it and was intentional behind everything I did as far as like my training. So when I started out boxing, I didn't want to box. Like, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a hooper. That was like growing up until high school. Like, I wanted a ball, bro. That was my dream. I wanted to be in the NBA. Like, that, I loved playing basketball. But
I'm not about to cut you off, but he's actually really fucking cold at basketball.
Bro, we gotta go play basketball.
He's like crazy at basketball,
yeah,
bro.
We still haven't played.
Yeah, it's like I used to love like hooping.
Maybe next Sunday I joined the league and we can always use the extra man,
bro. Hell yeah.
He's bro. I'm telling you, he's fucking cold at basketball.
Bro, I like love to play.
I would love to pull up with you as like a secret weapon, and then we just smoke everybody.
Bro, but it was just a passion of mine, bro. And so, but I was already doing good boxing. Like, I didn't really train that hard. I wasn't in there, but being again like intentional behind with the things that I was doing in the gym. I just was there to work out because my dad made me go. You know what I'm saying? And then, but I was winning tournaments, bro. I was winning tournaments. You know, I was winning. I was, you know, going to nationals and all this stuff. Winning. I think I won like maybe 1 or 2 national titles like when I was younger. And then, I think so. But and then it took me to get #1 in the nation. So I was on the USA team, and I got a silver medal in Ukraine internationally. And I was like, okay, I'm pretty good at this. It took all of that.
It took you a silver medal
far, you know
on the world stage.
Exactly. So it was kind of like, bro. But then that's when I started like, bro, like, if these motherfuckers can't hold me, like, who can? You know what I'm saying? So I just started being more like, and I knew I had that target on my back. So I was like, bro, I gotta work my ass off. Because like, anyone ever fucking beats me, like, oh, I beat that one guy. Da, da. I hate losing, bro. So I was like, fuck that. So I think between then, and I was putting that grind in, bro. Turned pro. You know, training with or sparring with former world champions, current world champions, and I was just, you know, with contenders, and I was doing my fucking thing. And mind you, I was early on in my pro career, you know, so to answer your question on that, bro, is like my intentions behind that. It was when I started doing it because I knew, like, because I know what it did to me. Like, I was aware of what it could bring to me, aware of what it was doing for me. You get what I'm saying? Because when I was just kind of doing it, I'm like, eh. But whenever there was actually intention and passion and drive behind it, that's when I was at my best, bro. And also because I was putting myself in uncomfortable situations. Like, my manager didn't just have me sparring regular people. He had me sparring former world champions, current world champions, like contenders, because he knew I was at that level and he knew that they would challenge me. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I got better. So when I would come back back into Dallas, I was smoking motherfuckers, bro. Like, no one could really hold at all. You know what I'm saying? Sparring. So I would always go back to DC, train out there, spar. He set up the sparring for me, you know, and it was just always like I was always being put in a position where I had to challenge myself. But because, like I said, it was all, and it's not that I didn't want to be in those situations. I knew that it would make me better. You know what I'm saying? So putting myself in those uncomfortable situations, knowing that it would get me better, and then knowing if I do this for X amount of time, if I do this for whatever, my passion or is gonna give me results. But I have to be passionate about it. I have to be intentional behind it. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm not, then it's like, what am I doing it for? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm just doing it just because, like, bro, I'm just wasting time. I might as well put my heart and drive into other shit, because like life's too short to just bullshit your way through things. You know what I'm saying?
How many people do you think are just doing things just to do it and there's no intention behind it?
I think I would say, bro, like, honestly, I would say about 75% of the people, bro. You know,
that's crazy.
I would obviously, you know, I would even say a higher number, but in this world, bro, there's a lot of successful people. You know, and there's a lot of people that sometimes they just, it's not that even that they're intentional. I think they just don't have structure. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like they could be, you know, they're just constantly hitting that wall. They have the drive. They're constantly hitting that wall, bro. They could be going 1,000,000 miles an hour, and they have to, you know, they can do it. It's just they just keep hitting that fucking wall, bro. Just move to the side. You know, go full force. You know what I'm saying? And I think people are just don't have that structure. They don't know. They don't have people telling them. And like, I think that's why I like having certain people in my circle, bro, that I talk to. Like, me and him talk every day. I talk to my boy Jay every day, and like, there's certain people I can ask, and even my boy D-Town, like, I'll ask them certain questions, and they're willing to tell me, like, and it doesn't even have to be like, bro, how can I be a better person? It's not things like that, but it's like little things, right? Hey, like, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about that? And I know I'm gonna get an honest answer that's gonna help me be better. So it's like, that's the type of people you should have around. You shouldn't have people that are afraid to tell you what you think because they're gonna hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that shit. Like, fine, I'd rather hurt your feelings than tell you the truth, bro. I'd rather hurt your feelings and make you better than, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather do that, because at the end of the day, like, I know it's still better for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's crazy how, like, my biggest takeaway on what you just said is that people don't have that structure, they don't have that mentorship or that guidance.
yeah.
So they're just kind of lost. Like, think about how many people don't have someone telling them, or someone in their, like, a circle to just bounce ideas off of, or be honest with them, or tell them, hey, even if it is shit, hey, this is shit, you got to fix it. And they're just they're just trapped.
Yeah, bro. And I think that's where a lot of people get stuck on. Like I was on the phone with Jay the other day, and I was like, yo, bro, like, what do you think about the content? And he kind of made me more aware of, like, again, like, being more intentional behind your posts. I'm like, bet, I got it. So I was like, cool. Like, that's all you got to say. I mean, he told me, you know, we talked about it a little bit longer, but it was like, bet. Like, I took that as a challenge within myself. Not that he was challenging me, like, oh, you know, but you can't do it type of thing. It was just, bet. Because I know I'm capable of doing that, and it's because I just know this is going to make me better. And, like, that's the conversation I'm having with my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my brother. So he's doing that, and he's telling me off the love. You know what I'm saying? Me and him talk a lot of shit to each other, but it's like, but, bro, at the end of the day, it's still with love. And so it's a way of like, okay, cool. And there's certain people I can talk about the music stuff, and they're either not passionate about it, which it helps to have him and Jay next to me. We're talking about those things because we all are artists at the end of the day, and he has strengths and pockets and weaknesses, and I have my strengths and weaknesses, and so does he. And I think that's beautiful, because at the end of the day, we can give each other those strengths and weaknesses that, you know what I'm saying, those pockets that we all have those little holes, you know what I'm saying? Pause. You know?
Yeah, I like Alex's little hole. Yeah.
I was about to keep going. I was like, I'm gonna just stop there, bro. Cause I was about to get hella gay. But nah, man, like, having that brotherhood, like, cause there's people I know, bro, I grew up with, or people I know in my life that I'm like, bro, if I even were to try to say anything to challenge them, and not in a way of, they would just fucking take that at the ass, bro. And it's like, but that's not true brotherhood, bro. It's not. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I got any homies at all from my past, bro. All of my homies are like maybe from 4 years back, and the only close homies I have like in my inner circle is my homie Sonny, Alex, and Jay. Really, like in my like tighter knit. But really, Sonny and Alex are the ones that I'm really like, just like super locked in with. But I don't think I got any homies from my past though. Like all of like the people I'm surrounded with now, everyone's doing shit with their lives. And I'm not saying like those people aren't. It's just what I'm doing is a little bit different.
Yeah, and I think like life ends up happening, which is fine, right? And I think it's like, for example, you might still be cool with maybe some of your old friends, like cool with them.
Yeah,
but it's like we're just not like this because your life. Let's say, for example, you have a homegirl. She's probably all about cosmetology. You're all about music. It's you know what I'm saying?
It's like a disconnect there. You can't really fully be on that. Like you can be like, hey, what's up? You know, it's good energy, but it's like our minds aren't on that same wavelength. Like
what are you gonna talk about at that point?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, because like, I mean, you could probably talk about a couple of things, but it's eventually gonna hit that fucking dead end. It's like, all right, what? Like, 'cause I have homeboys that I grew up with and I'm still cool with, and it's like I can talk to y'all, it's cool, but then after a while, I'm like, I want to talk about my music, you know? Or like, you know, not that I want to talk about just me, but it's saying the music stuff and and I gotta dig into where people are about that, and it's like you're not. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, well, I'm trying to get somewhere with this shit. Like, I need, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean you can't have that friendship and go somewhere else with it. Because not everyone in my life is all about music. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm chasing. So I need those chasers around me. You know what I'm saying?
I think if you have the same group of friends from, like, let's say childhood, I don't think necessarily that it's bad, but I feel like maybe you haven't changed.
Yeah, I mean, bro, but like if you, so I agree with that. Yeah, I do agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. But I don't know. There's like few cases, like, cause like, you know the artist Amine?
I don't think so.
Bro, he still has the same homies. But I think that shit's so dope. That
I think it's cool too, though. Like, I'm trying to process this with y'all. So it's like, okay, say you grew up with the same, like you had a group of boys when you were like a friend group in like middle school.
Yeah.
And like, okay, obviously from middle school to high school, life happens, shit changes, and then college, and then after that, it's like you grow different directions. Yeah. So it's like if you didn't grow different directions, that means none of y'all grew and y'all just in the same spot.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think for me, bro, it's just who I was at the time, because it was also a me thing. Who I was, it was a reflection of like the people around me were a reflection of me. So I think that's why I don't have any of them today, because I also was in not the best spot at all.
See, that's another thing. It's like, okay, if you're in a situation where, you know, you're depressed, or, you know, life's not where you want it to be, and you want better for yourself, you have to like remove yourself from that environment, and those associations. Not necessarily that it's like a bad thing, but if you just want to go this way, you have to leave that pocket that you're in to go that way. Yeah. And when you go that way, you gotta like it's gonna be tempting to go back. It's almost like an addiction. So you have to fight out of that. You have to fight and get out of it. And even though it might draw you back, but it's like if you really want if your goals are really that way, you got to get up and go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the only reason why it'd be like an addiction, not even necessarily. I think it's just more so comfort.
Yeah, comfort
is a better word, I think.
I mean, it's like this. You know, you get used to those things. Like, all right, well, I'm kind of used to it, so you know how to navigate it, and it's comfortable. So it's just people like a comfortable space, and like example for like relationships. A lot of times people stay in those relationships because of comfort. You know what I'm saying? That pattern, and just like people just want to stick in some shit that's like familiar to them, and it's I know how to navigate this.
It's a fear of unknown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bro, it's crazy how someone will be in a worse situation because they're so afraid of change.
Oh man.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Like this year, a couple weeks ago, I was talking about Matt's wife Sheena. They're like freaking titans in the industry, and she was talking about how like, hey, everyone wants to change, everyone wants to be a millionaire, everyone wants to, you know, have a $1 billion business, but no one's willing to change.
Yeah. And
so like this like past couple of days, I've been like into the new year, I've been just really looking at myself, and I'm like, I need to change. Right. Like if I want to, and I mean even like I mean I'll be a little vulnerable right now, man. Alex saw at the like me and my workouts the last like November, December, not intentional, not healthy, not good, bro. And I was like, I just need to change, man. And I just literally made that decision to change internally.
What do you think it was? Like, why were you going through like a limp mode?
Dude, okay, so I don't want to say too much on air because it is kind of personal. I'll tell you offline, to be completely honest with y'all, but I was obviously in a relationship, and in that relationship, I had like became a better version of myself. And so whenever I got out of that relationship, I kind of relapsed back into who I used to be.
Dang,
And in the beginning, there was like a phase, a period where I was like, I was still okay, and I knew I could, like, it was not a big deal, but it was just kind of like, I just reverted back to like drinking, smoking.
What do you think like triggered that? Was it just because like, well, I mean, I don't have a partner to kind of like.
How the fuck
God
did
damn,
that?
boy.
What the fuck?
Kobe trying to knock your ass out, boy.
What the fuck?
Mama mentality,
That
bro.
mama say, wake your ass up, boy. Dink.
Just push it backwards, or you just have it stand up like that. Yeah.
I was gonna say something like this shit, but because I don't watch basketball, but I remember like Kobe died.
Bro.
Anyway.
R.I.P. Kobe.
Not like I was gonna say so what do you think it kind of maybe, because I think all guys, right? I mean, not all guys, but I think most people tend to be on like their basic behavior when they're in a relationship of like a girl can be like, oh, she hates when I drink, I'm not gonna drink.
Right,
or like,
right.
she don't like that. I like, man, she really wants me to clean, but she'll get pissed if I don't clean that.
And it's like,
Whatever, you know what
hey,
I'm saying?
I like to be clean. I like not drinking. I like doing that.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, it's really not that big a deal. When I'm with her and it makes her happy, it's so much easier to just, that's like a crutch. For me, bro, it was just kind of like.
Wait, are you saying like you drank when you were with her because like she liked to, or what?
No. So like.
I was saying like, whenever you're in a relationship, like maybe like sometimes having that partner helps with accountability.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
so,
for
you
sure.
know, and I was pretty much saying like, is that maybe what caused it whenever like maybe once she was out of the picture, you're like, well, I mean,
Exactly.
I don't have to kind of.
I didn't have that accountability. So, and then not just that, man.
Was it accountability or depression? Were you kind of going through like depression in a way?
No, it was never depression.
Oh, okay.
You just kind of feel like, damn, like maybe you're used to having somebody all the time and you felt a little alone.
Yeah, tell us, Ara. What do you think?
No. It wasn't even like really being lonely, bro. Like it was it wasn't even like it was honestly one of the weirdest breakups. I was completely fine. It wasn't like that big of a deal. Well, you know, I want to say like I don't want to downplay it.
Yeah.
But like I was okay. But it was just kind of like I didn't have that accountability to where like you know, I can go to the vape store and buy like some vape and just smoke it, and it's like when I was with her, it's like, oh, I didn't want to do that because that's just. But now I don't have that, so I can just go do it. And then it was kind of like that, like, you know, when you're in like high school and you're like first start drinking or you start like doing some bad shit and you're like, you just feel a little bit alive. It was kind of like that rush.
Yeah.
Is what I was like, you know. And growing up, like, you know, I was never perfect, right? So it was like I did partake in those activities, so it was kind of like, and I felt that alive.
Like you kind of
that rush.
Yeah. Like
and
you
so now
like,
now that I got out of that, it was like, oh, let me get that feeling again.
Right.
And it's just a false sense of anything, bro. And it's like, so I've just been so locked in since like the New Year's, and it's like, bro, I'm just, you know, and I've shared with you some of my goals when it comes to my health, and that was another one. Like my vices is, bro, this is like let's talk God, bro. It's like my vices are all in the flesh, bro.
Oh no, 100%.
It's all in the flesh, bro. When it comes to like sobriety, when it comes to like women, it's like, bro, it's just all in the flesh, man. And it's just like that doesn't really like serve me or serve the people that I'm trying to make an impact on.
What religion are you?
I'm Muslim.
Okay.
But I study a lot of Christianity.
Oh, okay.
So I know a lot about. I was literally reading a book today called "The Richest Man Who Ever Lived," which is based off King Solomon and Proverbs.
Did he write it? Or was it like it was the book? Was it like stories he wrote, or was it more so like someone that wrote?
It was so it's based on this guy. I think his name was like Stephen Scott. Here, actually, I have it right here.
Oh, bro.
And so this.
He said not that one. He got multiple. Okay, that boy educated.
Bro, I've been reading so much, man. Books have changed my life. So Stephen Scott.
Can I see it?
Yeah. So I love Proverbs because it's literally talks all about money. And Proverbs is all about King Solomon, the richest man who ever lived, and all the like stories about how he handled finances and how, because with money comes bad relationships, bad marriages, like vices, and all that stuff is talked about in how he handled it and how he handled it so well. So like a lot of my mentors, they they speak on Proverbs because that's such a. And then there's another book called As a Man Thinketh. Have you read As a Man Thinketh? Based off, bro. That book
We're still working on his ABCs.
No.
Wait, what comes after F? But those like that book in the Bible, Proverbs, bro, is like so many answers are in.
Bro.
So many answers.
Yeah, so before you go to that next book, I was going to say, bro, if I remember correctly, my homie Sonny was telling me that. He was like, I think it was Proverbs. He was telling me, like, growing up in church, his mom made him read Proverbs because it doesn't. I think I remember that correctly. I think it was the book of Proverbs. He was telling me, like, it tells you how to be a man.
Yes.
Yeah.
It literally, it's literally tells you how to be a man.
In the beginning of Proverbs, does it say something about, like, someone is going to come to the village and, like, shout, like, those who don't seek knowledge are like fools or something?
I don't know. I'm not like super like I don't have.
Oh, okay. You haven't like. Okay,
I haven't like dissected it.
But it's just crazy you said Proverbs because I think it's literally Sonny, who, like he's always telling me like you gotta get in the Bible more, and I think Proverbs was the book that he mentioned. He was like, bro, it tells you how to be a man in all areas, how to be like, how to have wisdom with like women, money, everything you need in life to kind of guide you to be successful as a man.
Bro, so like I forget what verse it is in the Bible, but it's Proverbs, and this is the book As a Man Thinketh is based off of. It's a verse, and it says, "As a man thinketh, so he is." So like the way you literally like what we've been talking about is like what you think is literally who you become, the relationships you manifest, the man you become, the decisions you make, the life you live, and so it like teaches. It literally does teach you how to be a man. And the like beginning of this book, man, it was so cool, crazy. So there's these two friends, Stephen Scott and then Gary Smalley. So Gary Smalley was already like doing well for himself,
right?
And Stephen went to Gary and was like, "Hey, I want to be a millionaire. I want to change my life. I want to be like, I want better. I want to feel purpose." And Gary told him, he goes, "I'm gonna tell you what you should do, and if you do it in 5 years, you'll be a millionaire guaranteed." And he said, "There's 31 chapters in Proverbs." He said every month read a chapter. So each day, chapter 1, like 1 to 31. And he goes, do this for do this literally every month. And that's what he did. And and then eventually Stephen Scott, I think he's started like 60 business. I don't know how many businesses he started, but 60% of them ended up being successful. Where the normal entrepreneurs, they like less than 1% of businesses make it.
Yeah.
But 60% of his businesses flourished, all because of he read a chapter of Proverbs every day. And then then he wrote this book. So The Richest Man Who Ever Lived, King Solomon's Secrets to Success, Wealth, and Happiness.
Gotta add that in my collection, bro.
Yeah. You wanna know what's crazy? I was just at a bookstore randomly and I just picked this up. This wasn't like a recommendation by anyone or anything. But I've always been really in tune with Proverbs because obviously I met Curtis and he told me to read As a Man Thinketh, and I've read. It's a really thin book. It's like maybe like 90 pages or like 80 pages, and I've read it like 3-4 times, and it's just like, bro, it literally tells you how to be a man and what to think as a man. But yeah, man.
I gotta read that, bro, because Sonny mentioned that too. So I feel like this is like kind of solidifying itself as like God telling me, like, you gotta read this part of the book.
Every man should read As a Man Thinketh.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's another book. I would recommend listening to this book, but it's called Outwitting the Devil. Have you ever heard of the book Think and Grow Rich?
Yeah.
So Think and Grow Rich is by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah.
And like, if you talk to like 100 successful people and the 100 wealthiest people, the one book they all point to is Think and Grow Rich. Everyone points to that book. So, and it's written by a guy named Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill wrote a book called Outwitting the Devil back in like 1930s, 1920s. I don't remember when, but he wrote Outwitting the Devil and they banned it. And like Outwitting the Devil was banned in like America and most countries until 2011.
Damn.
Like, and so Outwitting the Devil, they banned it. And then he then wrote Think and Grow Rich. So he was like, oh, y'all are going to take this from me. I'm going to go write this instead.
So
So Outwitting the Devil, bro, I'm getting like goosebumps just talking about it. I've listened to it over and over again. It's an interview with the devil. And it's literally a guy, he sits with the devil, and I like audiobook because you can hear the back and forth. And he sits with the devil, and he's like, he asks the devil all these questions, and the devil like tells him exactly his strategy, his plan. He talks about how he like attacks boys, and like just gives them trauma, so it fucks them up for life. And it's like, I don't need to destroy your life. I just need to distract you and detour you. And like he talks about like lust. He talks about how I think it's called like hypnotic rhythm. So he'll put you in like a hypnotic rhythm where it can be like addiction, depression, being in bad relationships. But then he also says, hey, I use hypnotic rhythm to destroy people's lives, but God uses hypnotic rhythm to change people's lives and compound and make it better. So he talks about how it's like a tool, and that the devil uses it to destroy people, and then God uses it to like make dreams a reality and make people purposeful and impactful and give people a better life. And it's like, bro, it's a crazy book.
Yeah. This is an interesting concept.
I'll text y'all the audiobook. It's free on YouTube.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept, bro. Like interview with the devil and him telling you his strategies.
Bro, it's in like the audio version of it, man. It's here. I'm gonna play just a second of it. Just
whenever you can. Is that correct? You have it right. Failure breaks down one's morale, destroys self-confidence.
Damn, I wish they didn't have to
subdues
have that
enthusiasm,
accent.
dulls imagination, and drives away definiteness of purpose.
and it's like it's
I feel like I would have to read it.
Why does that trip you out?
Nah, I just feel like I need to read a book, and if it sounds like corny with the audio, I just
I
can't.
see what you're saying.
I don't mean to sound like messed up. No, actually, not fuck that. I don't sound messed up. It's just my opinion.
no,
But-
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I just like because there's back and forth
yeah,
dialogue.
so you can
Yeah.
kinda
Yeah.
like, yeah.
No, I mean that's cool because you like play in your headphones and like kind of just be doing your thing, which is honestly probably better for time. Like if you listen to a book. I don't know. For me, I like to hold the hard copy and
Yeah.
read it.
I like that too.
I'm old school, bro.
No, I think it's
Old
cool.
school, little bro.
My joints don't work the same. Is that Gatorade water, bro?
Yeah, bro. I don't
How much did you pay for that Gatorade
I'm not
water?
gonna
It was
lie,
the
I'm
only
nauseous as
water.
fuck.
What is it?
I'm super nauseous.
You all right?
Yeah,
Need some
no, I'm
water?
good.
You want some water?
Yeah, I have some more water.
Yeah, my water.
No, I'm cool.
You don't want my water? Here,
No,
take it.
that's cool.
Do you want my water?
No,
I think there's a water bottle in there that's unopened, actually.
for real.
Yeah, on the table.
Are you scared of my water?
I'm just only drinking after.
That's some bullshit.
Bro, I don't know how much. Bro, we got to do a one-on-one podcast because I want to hear more about your story. We'll do it soon.
I would love to, bro.
What we're gonna do? I was gonna do this as a one-on-one, but I was like, this is a perfect opportunity to
To
like,
promote the show, yeah, hell yeah, bro.
I want to go into a little about. We'll save it for another podcast. I want to hear about you moving to LA with like $380.
Bro, I would love to share that story like in depth.
That's what I'm saying.
I haven't
yeah.
shared it in depth with only close people. Kind of know a little bit more than in depth, but there's so many details of like just me sleeping in fetal position and my knees hurting and me crying in the back of my car, waking up with my contacts dry, eyes like bloodshot.
Oh, dude, that's worse.
Yeah, it's so much little minute details that it would be cool to like put out there. Cause yeah, I mean, I don't know, like I think people just see it and it was like, oh, bro, like you took that risk, it's so cool. But like, bro, like I think whenever you're
it's cool shit. Fuck.
Like,
I'm
what-
going through shit. Oh my bad. Yeah, like that. Fuck that. It's cool shit. It's like, bro, this shit's. I won't say trauma, but some of that shit's like, bro.
Nah,
that shit kind of like low key can be a little scarring.
oh, you know what? Like whenever you said like, how's this journey lonely, bro? So no, it is fucking lonely, bro. Like,
yeah.
no, yeah, bro. Cause like, bro, just whenever I was sleeping in the back of my car, bro, it's like, dude, I wish I could make a movie out of it, cause it felt like a movie scene. Like, bro, I remember just every night.
You know there's gonna be the technology with AI in like a year where you
You
can
just like type.
you can just
make a
speak
movie.
into a microphone, tell your story. We'll
Yeah.
no think about this. We'll do a podcast. We'll literally tell your story. We'll
And then
transcribe it, put it
with
into
AI,
AI, and it'll
okay.
make a full
That's
documentary.
No, I would love to like maybe one day, you know, if it
It's
gets
going to
that
happen.
point, make a
I'm not
movie
like
about my
I
life.
promise you it's going.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so like most authors, all they do is they sit with a publishing
Oh
company.
yeah, and they like help them write it.
Not
just,
only
like,
they help them
talk.
write, the author, the publishing company interviews them, and then they just are on Zoom speaking like this.
Yeah.
They transcribe it and then they publish it. So most authors nowadays, I'm an author. I have a
Bro.
book out.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I just sat with the publisher, and we just did Zoom calls. She took the conversation we had, put it into, she transcribed
Bro.
it and printed it.
Wait, could you like put me on game with that?
Oh, 100%.
I would
you can
love
meet
to
them.
kind of
Yeah.
like potentially dabble in that, like on some real shit. I think
100%.
that'd be
Yeah.
really cool.
It's a husband and wife. Their name is Darren and Stephanie, and they're also partners at the firm too. So
Okay.
their company's called Self Publishing. He was on the podcast. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Bro, yeah.
That's so cool.
And then it's like, dude, I'm telling you, man, documentaries and movies and stuff, it's gonna be so
Yeah.
easier.
I want to be an actor one day, bro.
Dude, okay,
Do it.
y'all need to come to this networking event this Wednesday, the creatives networking event. I'm gonna be there's a lot of actors and movie producers. Dude, y'all have to come.
Didn't you tell me about that?
I was the one I was telling you about. Yeah.
Where is that? Where is it? And
I'll send y'all the info.
depending
Man.
on what time, because I have a client.
It's this Wednesday at 7 p.m.
I should be there a little bit later.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Damn, my back hurts.
What's it been like training?
Yeah,
What's up?
What's it been like training Psyche for boxing?
Hell, bro, it's been hell. Nah, he puts in the effort, bro. I mean, he puts in the effort. He tries really hard. He works hard. But it's kind of cool to see him go on there and grow. Like I'll put him to spar, and of course I'll coach him during, and sometimes I just stay back and watch him try to do it on his own because I can't micromanage him when he's in there. You know what I'm saying? But putting him like I'm kind of trying to be intentional as far as like I remember whenever my late coach and my manager, they would put me in certain situations to challenge me. Now, mind you, of course, mine was different because like the skills I had and everything like that. Like Psyche's new to it, so it's like I have for sure things that I know I can do to get away from these, and he's kind of like, I don't know what to do yet. And it's like, but that's the part of putting him in that so he can figure out what to do.
Yeah.
You know, but it's been good. Like it's cool to kind of share it with someone who actually gives effort. Because there's been boxers people that want to box with me or say they want to fight. Like I've had for example, I had this one girl, and I'll say this openly, I don't care. She ended up moving because she couldn't handle any feedback I gave, and she ended up moving to a whole another fucking city.
Wait, is this the one that?
Yeah, we'll train there.
Yeah.
So, in the morning I think I told you about. Yeah. So yeah, like I gave her feedback because he was there sparring, and I gave her feedback about.
She moved to a different state.
No, she moved to another city. My bad.
Oh.
She came from a different state.
Okay.
But the point was like I was giving her constructive criticism, and it wasn't even anything about the boxing, bro. I was just talking about her attitude because at the end of the day, as a coach, there needs to be that level of respect.
Yeah, facts.
You know, and like the people who don't know, like I talk about it every now and then about my coach. You know what I'm saying? But like I talked about it at the event too, but I don't really go into too much detail about our relationship. But like he was another dad. Like he was like a dad to me, bro. Like he was someone that like really put in a lot of wisdom, and like I love my dad to death. But like my dad's never had like those sit down like father son conversations. He's never had he's never tried to instill like what it is to be a man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like my dad's never really done that for me. And all I could really do for my dad is like kind of learn from his mistakes. And I'm not saying that my dad's like that. You know what I'm saying? Not to say it like that, but in things where I'm like, to be honest, like I grew up more like highlighting the bad and the trauma than the good. You know?
Because that's what people remember.
You know, exactly. And it was because I was a little bit more put in my face than the other stuff. So Boogaloo was just like somebody that was like super like dear to me, bro. Like I love him. Like I love him a lot. Like there's like sometimes when people pass away, bro, after 2 years, like you stop shedding tears. Like this has probably been like what year? I think this has been year 7, and like bro, this was like the hardest year for me. Like was probably the hardest year for me since his passing. You know what I'm saying? So
Really?
It's like probably the first year, of course, but nah, bro. Like this year was tough. But all that to say is like, man, I had that coach, and like my coach died. You know what I'm saying? Like, so whenever I train people, like people don't know, like, damn, bro, like this dude had his coach, like he died. You know, so I think I want that level of respect of what I gave my coach because, like, damn, like someone could be like, damn, bro, respect him. He fucking lost his coach. You should be happy you have yours. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. You know, and like mine was because it was like I had a fight coming up and he passed away. So it's like
You're telling that story. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
And not even that, bro. Like Alex is like was genuinely like trying to pour into her and just like because I was there when it happened and I don't necessarily want to speak on it because it's not my business to get into, but it was just like trying to pour in her like, hey, like I'm trying to tell you something that's gonna better you, and I don't know. Some people just can't take that constructive criticism, but man, I'm gonna always give Alex his respect in every area. He's someone that I consider like a brother now, but I'll always put respect on his name. He's a hustler. He's an amazing person, great heart, and everything he does, bro, like he puts his all into it. So like boxing is something like I was kind of like on the fence of even like wanting to train with him because like I didn't want that to even be in our relationship necessarily, just because I feel like it's a very sensitive thing.
Mm-hmm.
But man, like I'm always give him his respect, bro. Like he's just actually he doesn't even know this, but like sometimes I'll watch the sparring videos and I'll just like watch where he's in the corner with his hat tilted to the side, leaned over, and I just like smile and I'm just like, bro, it just because I don't know, like sometimes it kind of makes me want to cry, bro. Like I got someone like he's just in my corner looking at me, you know, and I'm just like, bro, like I love him a lot, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And just seeing like
Yeah,
someone
make
that
me cry, bro.
yeah, bro, like seeing like someone that loves me too, like just there. Like he don't have to be there whenever we're sparring on a Saturday morning. He don't have to be there waking up early for me, but like he's choosing to out of his heart, bro. So like I respect it a lot, and yeah, I'm always giving him his respect in every area. So.
Yeah, bro, Alex, you're amazing at being a coach.
Thank you, bro.
Like I, you know, again, whenever we first started doing the training, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna be, man, but
Yeah.
it was, bro. It's like I can't see myself not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think like I try to do my best of trying to keep that fine line of like
Yeah.
friendship and a coach. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because the lines can easily be
For
blurred.
sure.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? Like it can easily be blurred if the person doesn't navigate that correctly.
Yeah.
Or even the trainee, right? You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Doesn't navigate that correctly. Like a guy that I grew up with, he trains with my brother, and he works out with him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'd rather it be that way because I know I can navigate it, but I for sure damn well know like he won't be able to navigate it because of his characteristics. But my brother, he has a different type of level of respect for my older brother because he always saw him like like he always had respect. 'Cause my brother's always been like
He's
a
the older
dad.
brother.
Yeah, he's always like, but even me, like we always said, he's always had like that dad instilled in him. Like my brother's always been that way. So, like, I'm honestly glad that he went that way, my friend, because I feel like it maybe wouldn't have turned out, very well. And so like with y'all, like of course, like when I'm in and whenever when I'm in there and we're in the gym together, like I'm locked in, like I'm trainer mode. Like I don't like to like, of course we like crack jokes, whatever the fuck, but like when I don't want to hee hee ha ha with you about some shit. Like we're homies, like right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I want trainer and trainer.
Yeah,
Like,
work.
we can still crack, crack jokes and shit, right? But whatever, we can have fun, but we gotta put the grind in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like I'm really big on that because like some kid, you were there right when the kid came up to me at the gym. He was like, "Hey, bro, how'd you get your conditioning up?"
Oh yeah.
And I sound like, bro, when you come here, bro, everyone starts talking to you, bro. Like,
Did you get
hey,
straight to
bro,
it?
fucking, hey man, cool, bro. Hey man, I'm getting my workout. I'll chop it up with you afterwards. Grind. Like, stop trying to work out just to coast through this shit. Like, bro, you gotta go in that bitch and work, bro. Like. Me, I was fighting 6'8", going away my 10 rounds. I was there's times I sparred 10, 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And I was only fighting like 6-8 round fights at that time. Bro, I was in the gym not as long as some of us were in the gym for like 3 hours, bro. I'd get in the gym. Think about it, right? If I go in there, the thing that took the longest was putting my clothes on and stuff like that, my gear on and my gear off. Like, or my changing and drying up and all that. That's the longest part. But when I went there, bro, I did my 500 crunches. I did my 12, 15 minutes of jump rope. As soon as I was done, jump in the ring. 3-minute rounds, about 5 3-minute rounds, 30-second rest in between. And then, all right, cool. As soon as I'm done, wrap up, glove up. That took probably maybe 3 minutes max. I'm already on the bag. Did about 8 to 10 rounds in the bag, 3-minute rounds, 30-second rest in between that, nonstop, not talking. I get off that, do the elliptical about 15 minutes, and then do my 500 crunches again, and then hit the speed bag, done. But I did that without talking, and the only time I'm not doing something is when I'm resting or going from one thing to the other.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes me, bro, like maybe an hour and a half to an hour 45. Like, and I'm done. I get my work in, boom, intentional, get the fuck out. And if I do stay there maybe for 2 hours, it's because I'm talking after I'm done working out or before I'm done working out. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, I'm be talking like if a coach is advising you and stuff like that, training. But if I'm on train mode, like, bro, there shouldn't be no talking. I told the kid, like, bro, fuck all that bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? All that bullshit can wait, bro. The girl, tell her to meet you on Sunday at lunch when you get your sleep in, you get your rest in. Oh, yeah, I woke up at 11. I got to just wake up, take a shower. Cool, we can meet up at 1 p.m. If that's the thing you got going on. If that's your distraction, make sure it's not a distraction. It's out of your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, because I've had to do that in camp, bro. There's times in camp, like, bro, I'm in a house full of a bunch of, like, other fighters. But I can't fucking bust a nut for fucking I don't know how long. Like, bro, I can't. I'm not. But I put myself. We're in a position where we don't have those type of distractions.
Right.
We don't have that, bro. Like no sodas. Like shit. My manager, bro. Like they had like a bar downstairs, and I'm like, fuck. I want a ranch water. I want champagne. But I don't do it because I know not to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna affect my traction. It's gonna affect me, and it's like why. Like sometimes I think about, bro, like for example, right? Like let's say you stop drinking for, I don't know, 8 months, 9 months, 12 months.
Yeah.
I don't drink energy drinks anymore,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm a heart condition. So, bro, whenever I wake up, bro, and I think about the shit that could potentially like fuck my shit up, you know what I'm saying? Like that, but specifically like if I go have an energy drink, bro, like I just know after that first sip, I'm like, why the fuck did I do that?
Right.
Like, why the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, a drink too is like
That
bro,
regret
like,
is so much worse than.
Yeah, it's like, bro, all that for what? You might as well just fucking drink one a week. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, like that's just kind of how I see it. It was like, bro, you just, you know, so, like that's because of like more serious like health purposes. But like drinking, like, bro, yeah, I'll have it. I had a drink. I had one drink last night. Right, I had one to go hang out with my family, but now it feels good to know like I'm in the gym. I don't even fucking drink like anymore. Pretty much, like I just, you know, and I'm like, well, shit. Last time I had a drink, I can't even remember because I didn't feel like I haven't drank. So even if I did have one, I forgot.
I'm sorry, he was so drunk he forgot.
I was so fucked up.
I was so fucked up. I forgot the last
But
time.
it's like, you know, when you don't drink often and you have one, it slips your mind because you're like, oh shit, I don't even drink like that.
Yeah.
So you don't even think. But when you do drink often, like, man, bro, I had to drink this day, and I drink some this day, like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
What I just want to, I got 10 minutes before I gotta head out, but I want to talk about what is y'all's vision for like upcoming shows and like things to do. I know you said you want to do more music videos. What are some things that y'all want to do this year?
For me, like I said, it's just being consistent, dropping the content that I already have planned for the year. That's really my biggest thing, is just doing that consistently. And like I said, that's kind of like my biggest thing for the year. 52 vlogs, one song a month.
Clear. I love it.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas for like shows or anything that y'all want to do? Because I know we've talked about how like you want to have different show ideas.
Yeah, like I think mine is to like provide something different for the people, but also like even challenge myself, like, all right, how can I do something where it's completely different? Like I told you about that event I wanted with, the chef and all that. Like,
yeah. Oh, bro,
so
that would be insane.
Yeah, so I started to present to him. I don't want to like speak out too much, but like something like that, right? And then try to find something else, even if it's not like an actual like a big show on a venue. But I'm always trying to headline at least 3 shows a year for sure. Periodically, like right now we're in February, probably like a summertime, and then maybe like late fall or something, right? But I always try to find something just different, creative, and really, dog, just try to make more. I don't know, man. I would say again, I keep going back to the word intentions, bro, and I think that's like 2 words that I've been like stuck on this year is like intentions and clarity, bro. Like having clarity before when you do things, and then be intentional with it. Right, so like my goal is to be intentional behind with what I'm doing. I don't want to just kind of like pinpoint one thing, right? But like I said, I know I'm gonna grind. I know I'm gonna make new music. I know I'm gonna make hard music. I know I'm gonna make really good quality music. But just kind of getting myself out there. Actually, I will say one thing. One goal is to like reach out to people that I know have resources and don't even hesitate. Don't be bashful. Just ask them.
That's good.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
good.
Like just do it.
Like what's the worst they can say? No.
Exactly. So I have people on my phone from Cali, from like the boxing world, some guys that I commentated fights with, and like things like that, or just my manager out in DC, like, hey man, like, anyone in the East Coast industry, like with the music industry, just show them my shit, see what they say. Just, hey man, like he would come out here to come book a show. My manager wouldn't hesitate for me, like I'll stay at my manager's crib. Like we've had our own room there whenever I had training camps. Like they're like literally family for me, which that's why I got this, bro. Like that's my family. Like you know what I'm saying? So, bro, like I want to try to reach out to more resources where I can, hey man, like walk out to the next fight. Or hey, hey man, when you walk out to the next fight, I'll throw you whatever, how much to wear this shirt. Or you know what I'm saying? Like anything, bro. Just don't be hesitant about it.
Bro, one of my favorite quotes is, or one of the favorite things I've heard is, you're one relationship away from everything changing. Like one relationship, you can make one phone call, and then you say, "Hey man, love for you to just hear this." They go, "Yo, this is amazing. You need to meet this person. I got the da 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 da." So like that's why I'm like, I need y'all to come out Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, bro. So I don't know if I told y'all. So at the last event I went to, I might have told you, that I met this lady there who like I'm still in contact with, but she like I showed her the podcast, and she goes, "Oh, what I do is I put people on I can get you like streaming platforms and stuff.
Okay.
So she goes, I'm gonna put your podcast on like Amazon Prime, like who, like she was like, I'm gonna put it on all these different platforms. She goes, I'll put it in front of like 300 million people. And I was like, oh dang. So like, and she goes, I'll get you sponsors and ads, and I was like, oh dang.
Yeah.
So, but it was just one person that I met that opened that door up. Oh, Kim. Y'all remember Kim?
Yeah. I thought
sounds
you were
like-
talking about.
it sounds like-
Yeah. She real cool, bro. I like. She's solid. She's cool.
Yeah, bro. She's the same. What else is anything on y'all's mind or anything y'all want to talk about or ask me or anything as we close out?
So what are your goals for this year, bro?
Bro, so I sent you my
Yeah.
bro. I wrote a really long list, bro. To be completely honest, I'll keep it simple, man. I want to. I'll keep it simple in terms of like health and stuff first. So health is like I said, very intentional with my eating, very intentional with my workouts. Not going to focus on women by any means this year. Not going to. I'm going to be sober the entire year. So
you gotta convert to gay, bro.
Yeah,
It's lit over here, bro.
that and then I'm
I'm
gonna
not
go
gay, by the way. My bad. I'm sorry for.
We're gonna edit that part out just so
Yeah.
everyone thinks you're gay.
Yeah.
I want to go full. Well, I'm not want to. I'm going to go full time in the business, and I'm gonna retire my mom and dad.
Oh yeah.
It'll take $2,000 a month to retire them.
You can do that this year.
I'm gonna do it this year.
That's what's
Oh
up, bro.
shit.
Those are badass goals. I like hearing goals like that, bro, because it's some shit that can kind of be like it's a challenge, bro, but it's something that there's so much purpose behind it that it doesn't even feel like a challenge when it's something that's so like purposeful.
Yeah.
No, that's a
You know what I'm
that's a
saying? It holds a
crazy
lot of
goal,
weight.
Bro,
to
yeah.
just be like, I'm gonna retire my parents. It's like, oh,
Yeah. So
shit.
here's my business plan, or here's my like goals.
Boom.
So I sent you the health portion. So like financially, I said no trips unless it's business trips. Because last year I went to Hawaii, which I mean it was fine, but it was kind of like that left a bad taste in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
I gotta hear about. This.
We talked about it after the last podcast. We talked about it.
Why you put up like that?
Go into every room with intense energy. Be the most prepared person in the room. Be the most organized person in the room. I want to make $50K in 1 month. Read 1 page at night. Eat with intention and work out with intensity. Read books from cover to cover. Do more trainings. $2K a month on my parents to cover their expenses. Spend more time with my dad on the business because me and my dad have been doing the business together, and I just want to spend more time with him on it because it can be kind of tough working with family, man.
Oh yeah.
So it's like and I know I can do better, and I know obviously I'm sure he believes that there's ways he can do better, but it's like I really got to step into that role.
Yeah.
3 times a week training, weights, sports, and then on that point, bro, I've went to the gym every single day except for Thursday.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
no sleeping in, man.
All right, I like that. I like when you said that,
Bro, because it's like on Sundays, man, I can sleep in. Tuesdays, my Tuesdays are my remote day, so I can sometimes sleep in. Spirituality, I said pray before going into rooms. Schedule more time with my family. Pray when I wake up. And just study more. Study more.
Have you stuck to all these things so far? That's a lot to do in 1 year.
I've stuck to most of them. I haven't stuck to reading 1 page every night. I'll be honest with that one. I haven't read 1 page every
I
night.
said like, I think I told you this, didn't I? I think I said like when you have 3 things to aim for, you're more likely to hit all 3 than you are as soon as you hit 5. You're gonna start. The more goals, you know what I'm saying? It's.
I was actually gonna ask that.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like, just out of curiosity, because for me, I've tried to have like those many goals, but I feel like I ended up like, damn, like I fell off a few of them. Do you feel like, for you have that issue, or is it like, what is your take on that?
So what I did is I broke it down by like financial goals, business goals, personal development goals, family goals, health goals, and spiritual goals,
Right.
and then some of them overlap.
Yeah. I
Okay.
see what you're saying.
So like
it sounds like it's a bump, but
they
some are kinda
overlap,
going-
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like and then some fell off. I'll be honest, I'm not really too upset right now because
Yeah.
I'm not reading a page every night, but today I read for like an hour.
Okay. I
So
see, yeah.
so like I
I'm
make
about to
up
say
for
like
it.
instead of like doing a 1 page a night, like, okay, on Friday I read like 5 pages.
Yeah.
No, and I mean that makes sense because like, I don't want to say reading 1 page a day won't. I don't know, that sounds so fucked to say.
So the reason I said 1 page a day is
Yeah.
kind of like, so the psychology is when you read 1 page, you're not just going to read 1 page. you're gonna continue. Like I said, I was gonna read 1 chapter today, and I read like 3 chapters. You see what I'm saying?
So the fact you're gonna do more than what you.
It's like I'm gonna go to the gym and do 1 workout. It's like no, you're not.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah. True. I guess.
Anything else? You want to promote the show one more time?
Yeah. So February 1st at the NAC Theater in Frisco, Texas. If y'all don't know where it's at, it's off of Main Street, Dallas Tollway Main Street, right by the FC Dallas Stadium. It's called The Dollar and a Dream. Rincon and Psyche. Both me and Psyche will be headlining the show. We have Beso opening the show. We got EXEX being second on the lineup. The Hippie Chamber on third. You got Psyche, and then me finishing out the show. So this is a live band performance as far as both of ours. We'll both be performing with the live band. Shout out to Xavier, Danny Rad, Dak. Christian has been helping out as well from the Creative Factory. Shout out to Christian. He's been helping out as far as when my set goes and everything. The NAC Theater is a old school theater vibe. Like you checked out the venue, it's dope. But pretty much to say it's going to be an amazing experience. No one else in the city is doing shows how we're doing it. We're providing things for the people. You have a bar, cool, but we have a 360 camera setup. We have a chance to win a care package for anyone that vapes or anyone that smokes, whatever. You also have 2 tickets to the Mavs versus Pelicans game, which I don't understand how you wouldn't want to win that. So we have raffle tickets. We'll be raffling that. And then the show in itself, the variety, the energy, and this is going to be a great, even as a networking, it's every time people come to the show, they all meet somebody in some sort of way that connects as far as their business or anything like that goes. So our show's going to be amazing. We've been working really hard behind the scenes, individually and then as a unit to make this dream come alive. And then shout out to R as well for making this happen. As far as putting his platform combined with the show. So I'm just super excited. I know I'm bringing my fucking energy. I know Psyche's bringing his energy. And I'm just really excited for the people, for what they're going to get this time around.
Also, bro, so in my vlogs, I literally have, from the first time you said me and Psyche are thinking about throwing a show, all the way, and then whenever Alex had his performance, me and you were at, like, the section right in front of the booth, and you were like, hey, bro, I think I have a name for the show. And I was like, what's up? You were like, bro, it'd be cool if we did Dollar and Dream. And I was like, oh, bro, I think that could fit because, like, it kind of represents, like, who we are, da-da-da. And then I have footage of me and Alex planning out the day we met the venue manager. So, and I have footage of us going into these shops, making these deals with these owners.
That vlog's dropped already?
They're going to drop soon.
He has the pieces, like, as far as, like,
Yeah, but, bro, y'all are going to be able to watch
so
the
dope.
vlogs unroll real time to see the whole progress of this. And that's why I just love the
bro.
vlogs, bro. You get to just document your life and just show people. It's like a visual diary.
Have you thought about posting, like doing like a small like snippet of it and then posting it during the show?
I haven't really thought about that. It's just more so documenting. But I mean, I'm open to
That would be pretty
ideas.
good. I
To,
think that'd be
Like
cool
to have the
back before.
idea come to life,
That'd be
literally.
cool to do it, kind of, how I'm having my thing before mine. I think that'd be dope for you to have it before yours.
oh yeah, kind of promote the vlogs too. In a way.
That'd be a
Yeah,
great way
bro,
to
'cause
promote your
that's one of
vlogs.
vlogs.
Great way to
And
promote your
then also
vlogs.
it's kind of like your intro leading into the show, like kind of hyping. You know what I'm
that'd be so
Because
sick,
I have
bro.
one, I don't want to say too much on it, but I have something like right before mine. I think I told you about it. I don't know if I did or not. I'll tell you off camera.
We'll tell you.
But yeah, like, also the production, because like I said, like you've gone to my shows before, but like this is going to be by far the best show. Like, I feel like I did a little Donald Trump hands. But,
It's gonna be the best show ever.
yeah.
Everyone's gonna want to see it.
Everyone's going to come.
bro, but this is by far, dog. Just production wise, it's going to be fucking dope.
Bro, I performed in some bigger shows, but I feel like this show is gonna be like I feel like it's gonna be the best show I've ever had.
Yeah, but we both agreed on this.
I think this is gonna be a phenomenal
I
show.
performed at Trees 3 times, the Tulips. I performed at dope ass venues, bro.
But I
But
feel
I
like,
think
bro,
what we're
this is
bringing
gonna be
is gonna be-
crazy.
Oh,
You know,
I'm
and I say
stoked,
that,
man.
and I say that knowing where I've been, like as far
Yeah.
as knowing at the
Yeah.
venues, and him saying like he knows that the venues that he's been at, like because I think we know our intention behind the show, bro, and what we're bringing, and like, dog, like my last rehearsal with the band, bro, I felt fucking like, dog, when this shit's played in front of people, bro, it's gonna be fucking like dope, bro. Like we had a few people walk into the rehearsal and they're like, bro, that shit sounds good. You know, I'm like, shit, good motherfucker, pull it to the show.
Yeah.
Like,
Tight shit,
you know, but all in all, man, we're both excited. We're both, we both been putting in the work, and we still got a little bit of time left for the show. So we still got things to keep doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not done grinding until I'm on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even when I'm at the show, like still got to be doing something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after talking to the people, making sure everyone's good, making sure everyone's having a good time. You know, all I know is I'm not having drinking, but that night I'm getting fucked up that night.
All right, man. We'll see y'all February 1st, NAC Theater.
February
Dollar and a Dream.
1st, Dollar and a Dream, Rincon, Psyche. Brah.